In a small town nestled among the hills, there was a boy named Alex who went to the local school. He was an ordinary boy who loved playing with friends, listening to birds sing, and watching the clouds drift by in the sky. That was his little world. But there was one thing he really struggled with studying. His mind went completely blank. The silence in the classroom became suffocating. Then, a snicker was heard from the back of the room. Alex's face flushed red. He slowly started to lose confidence in himself. He began to believe he wasn't smart enough, that he was a failure. Alex wasn't just bad at studying. He started to feel like he was a failure. One day after school was over, Mr. Reed, the philosophy teacher, was still sitting alone in the classroom. Mr. Reed was a quiet man, known for asking strange questions. Alex took a deep breath. He had been standing outside the door for 5 minutes, fighting with himself. "Go home," a voice in his head said. But another, smaller, more desperate voice whispered, "But what if, ... what if he can help?" He thought that finally, desperation won out over fear. He decided to go in. In a soft voice, he said, "Sir, I want to talk to you about something." Mr. Reed looked up from his book, nodded and said, "Come sit down." "What is it?" Alex was quiet for a moment, looking down at his twisting hands. "Sir," he began, his voice trembling, "I'm really bad at studying, I think. I think I'm stupid. I can't remember anything and I can't focus. I'll read a page, and by the time I get to the bottom, I've forgotten the top. Everyone else seems to get it, but I don't. Honestly, I feel hopeless. Can you give me some advice?" Mr. Reed smiled gently. "You know, Alex, you're not the only one. Many students and adults, too, go through the same thing. What you're feeling isn't a sign of being unintelligent. It's a sign of an untrained mind." He leaned forward slightly. "But if you truly want to improve, you can. I'm going to teach you 5 simple but powerful tips. They aren't magic, Alex. They are practice. They require patience. But if you commit to them, it'll help you focus better and completely change the way you learn." Alex looked up, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. Mr. Reed took out a glass bottle filled with muddy water. He shook it hard, making the water completely opaque. "What do you see?" Alex replied. "Dirty water, sir." "All right, now let's leave it for a bit." They sat in silence. Alex watched. Slowly, the heavy mud began to settle to the bottom. The water above became clear. "What about now?" asked the teacher. Alex looked surprised. "The water is clear now, sir." "Exactly," Mr. Reed said. "Our mind is just like this. When it's full of stress, fear, or too many thoughts, this mud, we can't think clearly. That mud is the fear of being laughed at, the anxiety about the exam, the voice in your head telling you you're a failure. You can't force the mud to settle. If you try harder to not think, your mind just gets more chaotic, like shaking this bottle. You can only give it stillness. So, before you start studying, close your eyes for 5 minutes. Don't try to stop your thoughts. Just focus on your breathing. Feel the air come in, ... and go out. Each breath helps the mud settle a little. A calm mind is the first foundation for learning." Mr. Reed placed a lit candle on the table. "Look at this flame. Try to keep your focus only on it. Don't let your thoughts wander." At first, Alex couldn't focus. He kept thinking about his friends, his fears about exams. He confessed, "Sir, it's hard. My mind keeps wandering." Mr. Reed smiled. "That is perfectly normal. The mind is meant to think. The goal is not to never wander. The goal is to notice when you are wandering and gently bring your mind back. Every time you do that, you are training a muscle. It's the muscle of focus. It's weak at first, but the more you practice, the stronger it will get. See, Mr. Reed said, the past is over, the future has not yet come. The only thing we have is the present moment. When you are studying history, but your mind is worrying about the math test, you are not studying history and you are not solving math. You are nowhere. Gently tell your mind, come back to the page. Practice this every day. Mr. Reed gave Alex a sponge and a rock. He poured water on both. The sponge soaked in the water, but the water rolled right off the rock. Like some students just try to memorize, he explained. They're like the rock. They try to cram dates and formulas into their heads, but the knowledge doesn't stick. But the students who try to understand, they're like the sponge. They absorb the knowledge. Don't just try to remember the date of a historical war. Ask why it happened. What were the soldiers fighting for? How did it change people's lives? You connect the events, you are truly understanding. When you understand the why, you will never forget the what. You'll always try to understand. Mr. Reed gave Alex a big wooden block and said, try to break this. Alex tried hard, straining, but he couldn't. The block was too big. Then the teacher split the block into smaller pieces. He gave Alex a small piece. He snapped it in two, easily. You see, Mr. Reed said, you can't learn big topics all at once. When you look at an entire chapter, you see it like the big block and feel overwhelmed. Your brain will automatically want to quit. But if you break it down today, I will just study this one small section. 25 minutes only. That is a small piece of wood. You can handle that. Set a goal to study focused for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. That 5 minutes is very important. Gives your brain time to rest and consolidate what you just learned. This will stop you from getting bored and help you learn more easily. Mr. Reed pointed to 2 pots on the windowsill. One had a small green plant reaching for the light. The other was just dry dirt. I planted seeds in both pots at the same time. I watered one every day, just a little. The other, I did not water. Knowledge is the same. It compounds, the teacher explained. Consistency is the key. If you give just a little time every day to your studies, you'll see results. 20 minutes today might not seem like much, but 20 minutes every day for a month makes a huge difference. Your mind will get used to focusing. But if you study one day and skip the next 3, it won't help. Consistency is more important than intensity. Cramming for 8 hours is not as effective as studying for 20 minutes every day. A big rainstorm just washes away the soil, but a small drip of water every day can break through rock. Practice, Frank. Over the next few weeks, Alex followed all of Mr. Reed's advice. That evening, before opening his book, he closed his eyes for 5 minutes and breathed. Settle the mud, he told himself. Mind still wandered, but he no longer got frustrated. Simply observed. When his mind wandered to video games, he noticed. He smiled and gently brought his mind back to the candle. At first, there wasn't much change, but slowly he noticed he could sit and study better. He began to understand the topics more easily. The next week, while studying a poem, instead of memorizing it, he asked himself, why did the author use this word? What was he feeling? His grades started to improve. But more importantly, Alex's attitude changed. He was no longer afraid of the classroom. He raised his hand not because he was sure of the answer, but but because he wanted to understand. He began to enjoy learning. 5 years later, Alex is now a successful person. He is in college, pursuing his passion. Success for him isn't just about grades, but the confidence in knowing he can learn anything. It is peace of mind.